Gold just hit $5,000 an ounce for the first time in history. It's more than doubled over the last few years. But according to a man who was one of the world's most successful hedge fund managers, there's a better way to make money from gold. Larry Benedict claims you could make $6,786 or more from gold's big moves without buying a single ounce of gold. Instead, you simply skim this cash through the international gold markets. This strategy is so simple and so powerful that it feels almost illegal. But to be clear, this type of skimming doesn't involve any illegal activity. It's simply a better way to make money from gold 100% legally. You can do it from any ordinary brokerage account. Using Larry Benedict's gold skimming strategy, you could have skimmed 11 times, 23 times, and even 39 times more than regular gold investors made from this incredible rally, all without buying gold coins, gold bars, or tying up your money in a gold fund. During this interview, you'll learn the secret to skimming $2,446, $3,781, and even $6,786 or more from the markets. And you don't need to know a thing about gold markets to skim this cash. All you need is the three-step method Larry will reveal in this video. Right now, Larry will show you how to get started as soon as tomorrow morning. So without further ado, let's meet the man behind this remarkable strategy, Larry Benedict. Welcome.
Oh, thank you so much, Kim. I'm happy to be here and I'm ready to go.
I'm ready to go too, Larry. And I want to address something right up front. I'm so excited to see what's happening with gold right now. The price has exploded. We've got a war in the Middle East, so central banks are buying it hand over fist. But honestly, I feel like I'm watching this whole thing from the sidelines. I own a little gold, but it just sits there. Doesn't pay me dividends, doesn't really generate any income, and I'm just hoping the price keeps going up. Now you're saying there's a much better and much faster way to make money from gold, a straightforward method that could pay me as much as $6,786 every single month, even if I don't own any gold at all. How's that even possible?
Well, Kim, it's possible because every time money pours in and out of the gold market, it creates an opportunity to skim cash directly into your account. That means you don't need to buy gold and wait around for months hoping prices go up. In fact, you don't even need to buy gold at all. No gold funds, no gold-related stocks, no stocks at all, actually. Even better, you can skim this cash no matter what the news is, what the economy is doing, or what the market is doing in general. None of that matters.
Larry, if I didn't know you and your track record, I'd be pretty skeptical. But you are simply one of the most widely followed and respected traders on earth. Barron's ranked your hedge fund Banyan Capital in the top 1% worldwide. That's just incredible. You once pocketed $95 million in pure profits, while the S&P 500 cratered 37%. And you're Chapter 3 in Jack Schwager's book, Hedge Fund Market Wizards, among billionaires Ray Dalio and Joel Greenblatt.
Well, Kim, I've been doing this a long time. I've seen a lot of different markets.
You sure have, and you've seen a lot of success as well. That's why oil barons, Wall Street banks, and royal family members have paid millions for your advice. Your trading ideas handed your fund more than $250 million in cash profits. And today, you're going to reveal your latest money-making breakthrough, and you call it gold skimming. You say this is a three-step technique to consistently skim hundreds to thousands of dollars from the gold markets every single month, whether gold goes up or down, and without buying any gold at all.
That's correct, Kim. We've been optimizing this strategy for years. The results have been phenomenal. We've been able to crush gold's returns 11 to 1, 23 to 1, and with another skim, you could have beat gold 39 times over.
Wow. Okay, so just to put this in perspective here, for every $1,000 we could have made with gold, we could have made $39,000 from this new method?
Exactly, Kim. And some of my followers recently had the opportunity to do exactly that.
Yeah, and we actually have some of those notes from some of them. And Brendan D. emailed to say, making profits with my laptop is absolutely priceless. Words could not describe, Larry, the gratitude for sharing the wisdom you've gathered with average Joes like myself. Krista A. said, I'm already up over $1,600. Harry A. said, total profit $2,056. And Augusto A. simply said, give us more.
And it's important to note they did this without buying a single ounce of gold or buying a gold fund, a gold stock, or anything like that.
Yeah, and well, speaking of that, Larry, I know you're not a gold bug. You're not one of those guys predicting the end of the dollar and telling everyone to just stockpile gold coins.
Well, anyone holding gold has made a lot of money over the last few years for sure. No one can deny that.
Yeah.
But now there's a better way to make money from gold. You don't have to actually buy any gold or sell the gold you already own. And it could pay you whether gold goes up or down.
Oh, okay. So I don't even need gold to go up to make money here?
Not at all. In fact, our single biggest gold skim recommendation came during a gold pullback. So no, you don't need a gold rally to profit. Even if gold pulls back massively tomorrow, you could keep skimming profits with this strategy.
Well, you're about to show us exactly how that strategy works today. And by the time we're done with this interview, everyone watching here, you're going to know what gold skimming is and why it could be a better way to profit from gold than just buying and holding it. How the flood of money pouring into gold markets right now is creating these skimming opportunities. How you could go for up to $6,786 or more over and over again without buying a single ounce of gold. And finally, Larry will reveal his 3-step method for finding your first skimming opportunity starting right away.
That's right, Kim. And with what's happening in the gold markets right now, these opportunities are coming fast.
Okay, so then what do we need to get started?
Good news, Kim. You don't need a lot of money to get started. You don't need any experience with the gold markets, and you don't need to spend hours watching charts. All you need is a computer with an internet connection, an ordinary brokerage account, and a few minutes to follow my 3-step strategy for making up to $6,786 over and over again. And you could make even more money, much more money.
Sounds great to me. And just to be clear, I could do all of this from my regular brokerage account, whether we have Schwab, Fidelity, whatever we're already using.
Exactly, Kim. If you have a brokerage account, you can do this, and I'll prove it to you right here, right now.
But Larry, I've got to ask you, how does this work exactly? How is this possible? I mean, I understand how people usually make money from gold. They buy it, they wait, sometimes for years, and they only make money if the price goes up. And that's actually worked out pretty well over the last few years. There's no guarantee that continues. In fact, we have seen a lot of ups and downs lately.
Exactly. But with gold skimming, we don't need gold to go up. We don't need to wait around. All we need is money flowing in and out of the gold markets. The more money that flows, the better.
All right, to be clear, we're talking about the money flowing in and out of the gold markets right now.
Yes, the more money that flows, the bigger and faster our skims tend to hit. And right now, the flows are at record levels.
Wow, yeah, you aren't kidding. Look at that.
Kim, we're talking about as much as $361 billion flowing through the gold market every single day. That was the average for 2025. This year, it's even been much higher. To put that in perspective, that's 4 times more than the New York Stock Exchange volume every day.
4 times the stock market every single day?
Every single day.
Wow.
And all of the money flowing through the gold markets is creating huge gold skimming opportunities.
And I'm guessing it's because gold just crossed the $5,000 mark for the first time earlier this year.
Kim, you're right. It's almost doubled in barely a year, and it makes sense. You got a huge crisis in the Middle East. Central banks are buying gold at record levels. The dollar has been under pressure, and all of that fear and uncertainty is driving a flood of money into the gold market right now. And the more money that flows, the bigger our skim opportunities become.
And the good news is it doesn't look like this is slowing down anytime soon. JP Morgan is saying gold could hit $6,300 by the end of the year. Bank of America says $8,000 is a possibility next year. And Wall Street economist Ed Yardeni predicts $10,000 by 2030.
Amazing. Gold has been the best performing major asset class in the world over the past 2 years. It has easily beaten stocks, bonds, and real estate. It's been an incredible run.
So then let me ask you, why shouldn't everyone watching just go out and buy gold?
Well, Kim, because there's a much better way. Instead of buying gold and waiting a year or more, there's a way you could potentially skim as much as $6,786 from gold in as little as a week, but without actually buying any gold or even caring whether it goes up or down.
Okay, so wait a minute. I know you're the man who generated $274 million of profit at your fund. But this sounds hard to believe, even coming from you.
Well, think about this. The S&P 500 delivered an 18% return in 2025. That is certainly a great year for stocks.
Oh, yeah.
That means $5,000 in the stock market would have made you $900.
Not bad.
You're right. But gold was up 65% in 2025. So the same $5,000 in gold would have made you $3,250.
I like that a lot better. So gold crushed stocks last year, more than 3 times the gains.
It did. But here's the thing. With gold skimming, my followers had the chance to make as much as $6,786 from a single skim.
So almost double what gold itself returned over an entire year?
In 5 days, Kim.
5 days.
5 days, not 12 months. So instead of $900 from stocks or $3,350 from gold over the whole year, one gold skimming trade could have returned you $6,786 in profits in less than a week. And you didn't need gold to go up. That particular skim came when gold was in a decline.
Really? But, come on. It can't be that easy, right? You're not trying to tell me this works every time.
No, of course not. But so far, we've seen it work 73% of the time.
So then the wins make up for the losses and then some.
Exactly, Kim. My followers had the chance to skim 2,000, 3,000, and even 4,000 and more time and time again. So far, we've done 19 winning gold skimming trades with an average payout of $2,259, and we're just getting started. Of course, we only skim when we see the best opportunities, but when the gold market heats up, these opportunities come really fast. In the past, we've found as many as 3 or 4 successful gold skim trades in a single month. And of course, that doesn't happen every month, but it does show what the possibilities are.
It really does. Okay, so how do we get started finding these opportunities?
Well, let's start by showing you how gold skimming really works.
Sounds perfect. All right, I am definitely paying close attention here, and I hope you're taking notes. But I do have to circle back on something, Larry. You're really seeing these results 73% of the time?
Yes, that's exactly what has happened with our gold skims. So far, my followers had the chance to skim a total of $42,920 from the gold market.
How did they do it?
I'll show you with a real example from a big gold rally, Kim.
Okay.
Based on our indicators, a surge of money was about to flow into the gold market. So I alerted my followers and sent them the step-by-step instructions.
And what happened?
Well, let's pull up the case study now. Gold rallied 4.6% in 11 days, so you could have made $230 from a $5,000 position in gold.
Okay, not terrible. But with gold skimming?
Well, Kim, with gold skimming, my followers had the chance to skim $3,674 from that exact same move.
So what, 16 times more than gold investors made from the same move in the same amount of time?
And Kim, that's just one case study. We have dozens more.
Wow, okay. Well, with those results, how could we not want to try this at this point, Larry? For every $1,000 from gold's next move, I could make $16,000 from what you're saying.
And keep in mind, we just need money flowing through the gold markets. We don't need gold to move in a particular direction.
You're just harnessing the power of all that money flowing in and out of the gold markets, right?
Money flows in during rallies, money flows out during pullbacks. So whenever you see gold going up or down, every $1,000 gold investors made or lost, you could have made $11,000, $23,000, or even $39,000, no matter which way it moved.
That's incredible. All right, got it. This is making more sense now. We don't need gold to go up or down. We just need it to move in either direction. And when that happens, you have a chance to profit.
That's it, Kim. You got it.
Great, because honestly, gold has been all over the place lately. Nobody really knows where it goes from here.
Well, Kim, when gold pulls back, you could go for even bigger payouts. That's what I love about this strategy. Let me show you what can happen when gold goes the other way. Well, Kim, this time gold fell 3.8% in 5 days. So if you put $5,000 into gold, you would have lost $188.
And with gold skimming?
Well, Kim, my followers had the chance to skim $6,786 from that same decline.
From the same move.
Kim, the same move in just 5 days. That's why I say it doesn't matter whether gold goes up or down. As long as there's money flowing through the gold market, you can skim. Are you starting to see the magic right here?
Oh, absolutely. And I got to say, I'm really wanting to give this a shot. I mean, $6,786 in just 5 days is incredible.
It sure is. But sometimes we can do it even faster.
How fast?
Well, how about just one day? Take a look at our next case study. This time, gold dropped 4.4% here. So if you own $5,000 worth of gold, you just lost $218.
And with gold skimming?
Well, with gold skimming, my followers had the chance to skim $5,145 from that same decline in a single day.
Outstanding. And when was this?
Just a few weeks ago.
A few weeks ago.
Yes, Kim, and we've been doing this over and over again for years. Actually, the last case study, the $6,786 in 5 days, that was one of our first gold skims ever. That came back when gold was trading around $1,800.
$1,800. It's sure a lot higher than that now.
It sure is, and that's why there's so much more money flowing through the gold markets than ever before. So I'm seeing the chance to skim $5,145 in a single day at today's gold levels. I gotta tell you, Kim, I'm really excited about what my followers could make on the next 3-day skim or the next 5-day skim. It could be bigger than anything we've ever seen before.
Really? Okay, so how can we get started? Say if someone's using TD Ameritrade or Schwab or another regular brokerage account. How exactly does it work?
Well, Kim, it all comes down to gold ETFs, also known as exchange-traded funds.
Yeah, of course. They're funds that track the real-time price of gold, right? But they trade on the regular financial markets just like a stock.
That's right, Kim. The price goes up and down with the price of gold, but you can buy shares like you would in a stock, just like Apple, Tesla, or Nvidia.
Okay. Now it's all starting to make sense, Larry. When you were making over $250 million for your hedge fund, ETFs were at the core of your strategy.
It was. This is the exact kind of risk-managed trading I did at my hedge fund, but it takes advantage of price movements in gold. The bulk of my success has come from trading simple ETFs like the S&P 500 ETF or the NASDAQ QQQ. Now we're just turbocharging this strategy for gold ETFs.
I like the sound of that, turbocharging. Now, I know gold ETFs have been around a while, Larry, but I'm guessing they've been pretty popular lately.
Well, Kim, popular is an understatement. Investors poured $89 billion into gold ETFs last year. That's more than ever by a long shot. In fact, the biggest gold ETF in the world just had 3 record-breaking days. More money flowed in on each of those days than on any other day in history.
And with skimming, more money flowing in means more opportunities.
Kim, you're exactly right. All of that money flowing in and out of gold ETFs is creating huge price movements. And that's all we need for the chance to profit over and over again.
So how do you turn these moves into cash?
We do it using simple options, Kim. But instead of stock options, we use options on gold ETFs.
Okay, that makes perfect sense, Larry. It's like you're combining your long-standing ETF strategy with the biggest gold rally in history.
You got it, Kim. And as you just saw from our recent one-day win, the opportunities are coming fast.
Yeah, they really are. All just from simple options on an ETF through a regular brokerage account.
Kim, like I said, anyone who can buy or sell stocks is capable of skimming.
And folks, I gotta say, this is coming from the single best option trader on earth, in my view. You started in the trading pits of the CBOE, the Chicago Board Options Exchange, and you've used options on ETFs to crush the markets for decades now. So gold skimming looks like the latest version of a strategy that has made your fund hundreds of millions of dollars. Fair to say?
That's right, Kim. And this gold rally could deliver gains unlike anything we've ever seen before.
So here's my next question. I know we're talking about buying options on gold ETFs, but how do we know what options to buy and when?
Well, Kim, rather than bore you with a long explanation, let me show you with one of our real-world case studies.
Sounds good. What are we looking at here, Larry?
You can see two lines on the chart. The blue line tracks the current price of gold. The red line shows gold's price trend. If the red line's moving up, gold is in an uptrend.
And that's what we're seeing here.
You sure are. So you can see here how the blue line and the red lines have crossed. That's what we call the confirmation cross. When we see the cross, we know it's time to take our skim. All you do is buy an option on a gold ETF before gold moves and cash out right after the move takes place.
That really is a simple strategy. So what happened here?
The confirmation cross formed, and look, gold moved up right after.
Okay, yeah, you can see it right after the cross formed.
Correct. The confirmation cross led to a 2.1% rally in gold. So you could have made $105 by investing $5,000 in gold.
And I'm guessing you could have made much more from skimming, right?
You sure could have, Kim. And in this case, my followers were able to skim $3,201 from the same move.
Very nice. So you could have made 30 times more from the exact same move?
That's right. Same move, same day. So you can see this isn't a get-rich-quick thing at all. You don't have to go for long shot gambles. Instead, we're going for consistent profits over and over again.
And that said, we have seen some extraordinary profits from you, correct?
We absolutely have. Let me show you another case study from our files.
All right, well, we see it here, the confirmation cross. You can see the blue line is going down, but the red trend line is going up. And sure enough, gold shoots up right after.
Kim, gold rallied 3.3%, so you could have made $164 from a $5,000 position in gold.
But with skimming, we avoided tying up all of that cash in gold. And I assume we would have made more money too.
Well, Kim, you could ask my followers. They saw a quick 75% windfall from that same move, enough to hand you $3,781 from the same opportunity, starting with the same $5,000.
Your followers crushed gold investors 23 to 1. Every time gold investors make money, it's possible you can make even more.
And remember, you can skim just as much when gold moves down instead of up.
All right, well, let's say I think gold is due for a pullback, okay? Gold skimming could still make sense for me?
No doubt. You might even make more money. Let's look at our next case study now.
Let's do it. Wow, okay, so this one's a little different. I still see your confirmation cross there, Larry, but the red price trend line is headed down. So that means gold is about to fall, right?
Well, Kim, now I hope folks watching at home see the pattern. In this case, gold dropped 3.8%, meaning gold investors lost $188 for every $5,000 they had invested in gold.
But with gold skimming, your followers actually had the chance to make money?
Well, in this case, Kim, they were able to skim $6,786 from the same decline, starting with the same $5,000.
So gold investors were watching their investment drop, hoping it would come back. But your followers could have collected $6,786 from that same decline.
Well, Kim, that's what I really love about gold skimming. You don't need to worry about the economy. You don't need to worry about the chaos happening overseas right now. You don't need to worry about inflation or the dollar. You don't even need to care if gold prices collapse. Just follow my 3-step method and you could start pocketing these payouts now.
All right, I'm starting to get the gist here. We're using this confirmation cross to confirm the price trend in gold. Then we're using options to turn those price moves into huge gains. That's it.
Absolutely.
And now with more money flowing through the gold markets than ever before, gold is moving like never before. And that's what's making this such a historic opportunity.
That's right, Kim. Let me show you our next case study.
Great, let's pull it up.
Look at what happened.
Gold rallied 5.3% after the confirmation cross formed. So you could have made $263 from a $5,000 position in gold. And with gold skimming,
Kim, with gold skimming, my followers were able to skim $2,975 from the same move.
11 times more. Wow.
And bear in mind, Kim, these skimmers aren't my colleagues. They aren't Wall Street traders. They're just ordinary people following the step-by-step instructions I send out when I find these opportunities.
That's it?
That's it. Now, of course, these are some of our best performing examples, and nothing is ever guaranteed. But that's why we rely on the system. It doesn't eliminate risk, but it helps us to find the best opportunities.
And the system starts with this confirmation cross?
Well, actually, Kim, it ends with the confirmation cross. That is the final signal, and in some ways the most important. But no serious strategy would rely on just one indicator, no matter how powerful that indicator may be.
All right, good point. So walk us through the rest of your strategy, and please give us the details on how we can get started, even if we have little to no experience with all of this.
Okay, Kim, so our strategy uses 19 core indicators, including the confirmation cross. I call them my skim signals. They work together to slash risk first. That's one of the most important things. Second, they help us pinpoint the biggest skim opportunities over and over again.
Besides the confirmation cross, what other indicators do you use?
Well, some of our additional signals include stuff like daily gold trading volume, weekly gold trading volume delta 10-day, volume delta 20-day, and the list goes on. But I don't want to bore you with that. The important thing is how they work together to help us find the biggest skim opportunities.
You know, Larry, what I really love, and you've just boiled it all down into 3 simple steps here for us today. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at those steps now, Larry, and then please show us how to go for our first profits. Sound good?
Sure. Let's take a look at the 3 basic steps to gold skimming, Kim. I think you'd be shocked at how simple this is.
Well, I like simple, especially when it's also profitable.
Okay, let me show you. So step 1 is confirm the trend.
Confirm the trend. Okay, got it.
That just means confirm if gold is headed up or down.
And we've seen how to do that with the confirmation cross, correct?
Bingo. We use our confirmation cross as the final signal here. And once we determine if gold is heading up or down, we use an option on a gold ETF to turn that movement into money fast.
So then step number 2 is buy an option. But again, how do I know what option to buy?
Well, Kim, if gold is going up, we use a call option. If gold is going down, we use a put option. And when gold moves 5, 3, or even 2% in either direction, gold ETF options can soar 100%, 1,000%, or even more, which brings us to step 3, sell the option and take our skim.
That's it. 3 simple steps. And I could be crushing gold investors 10, 20, even 30 to 1 and more. And I can do this over and over again, and it doesn't matter if gold's soaring or sinking.
Well, Kim, as long as we have price movement, that's correct. Even better, you can execute a skim in just a few minutes. In fact, I want to show you exactly how easy this is to do. It's just 3 steps. Can we pull up a chart?
Sure.
Okay, so look, you can see the gold price line moving up through the cross, right?
Oh, I see it.
Well, that's step 1. You find the cross. Step 2, you buy a gold ETF option to take advantage of the coming price movement. In this case, we used a gold call option because the cross was telegraphing an up move. So just open up your brokerage account and look for a call option on a gold ETF. If I was making this trade now, here's how I would do it. Of course, this is for demonstration purposes only. I'm not recommending this particular trade now.
Wow, Larry. So it really is just as easy as buying a stock.
It sure is. And if you can buy and sell stocks, you can do this. And then when it's time to sell, you just click here.
Incredible. So placing these skims is what, less than a couple of minutes of actual work. Well, I can see why you're having so much fun with this.
Kim, it's just a totally different way to make some money from the markets. I guess I just like having the chance to win over and over again. In fact, let's pull up another one of our big wins now. The U.S. and Israel just launched strikes on Iran. The S&P 500 dropped sharply that morning. The Nasdaq fell even harder. So gold sold off too, down 4.5% in a single day. My followers had the chance to skim $5,145 the same day.
Same day, while everyone else was losing money.
Kim, while everyone else was losing money, we bought a put option on a gold ETF.
Because put options go up when the price goes down, right?
And then some, yes. So when gold dropped that day, my followers had the chance to make thousands.
While everyone else was glued to the news, watching the war unfold, seeing their 401ks drop and the value of their gold drop in real time, your followers could collect $5,145 in just one day.
Kim, that's gold skimming. It doesn't matter what the news is. It doesn't matter what directions things move in. As long as there's money flowing through the gold market, you can skim. And we don't need big moves to see big gains with this strategy. Take a look at our next case study.
Okay, so I'm getting good at this here. I see that confirmation cross again.
Well, Kim, this time gold just drifted up 1.66%.
So I would have made how much on my gold?
Well, $83, that's it, on a $5,000 investment in gold. Meanwhile, my followers were able to skim $3,240 from the same move.
$3,240 from a move of less than 2%.
That's right. You can buy gold and make $83, or you can skim and collect over $3,000.
I don't know about you, but I sure am convinced, Larry, this makes total sense, even for someone who isn't really interested in gold investing. So how do we get started here?
Well, Kim, here's the thing. Until now, I've only shared my gold skimming strategy with a small inner circle of followers. But with everything that's happening now in the gold markets, the opportunity is just too big. So I've decided to open up my gold skimming strategy to a much wider audience.
How?
I'm giving away a special report that includes the full details of this strategy so that anyone can find these opportunities for themselves. It's called the Gold Skimming Blueprint.
What's inside the report?
Everything you need to get started, and I'll explain everything in the simplest possible way. That means even if you have no experience with this at all, you can do it.
So really, you're arming people with the exact same strategy your inner circle has been using and teaching it to them from beginning to end. That's a game changer, Larry.
Well, Kim, I want to give ordinary folks the chance to find these used payouts too.
But listen, I've got to be honest. I'm not sure that I have time to sit around and look at charts to find opportunities in the gold market.
Well, Kim, I think you'll like this. Every time I find a gold skimming opportunity, I send out an email alert. The alert will show you right down to the option details exactly how to skim your share. Just follow my instructions step by step and you're in.
That sounds a lot simpler. So your email alerts explain everything I need to know down to the full instructions?
Exactly, Kim. We do all the hard work for you.
And how do we get our names on the list to get these alerts?
Well, this could be the best part of all. I'll send you these email alerts every time I find a gold skimming opportunity for free. All I ask in return is that you agree to take my research for a test drive today. I have a research service called One Ticker Trader, and starting now, I've decided to send my gold skimming trades to One Ticker Trader members free.
Free. So we can get your gold skims just by trying One Ticker Trader?
That's right, Kim.
Well, I've seen One Ticker Trader before. I know how good it is. It's basically a service where you send some of your best trading ideas, right? You issue some of the highest potential trade recommendations you're seeing in the market right now, plus all of your best hedge fund level analysis.
Well, Kim, I use the exact same trading strategies I used in my hedge fund, but instead of using them to make money for big institutional clients like banks and billionaires, I send out the recommendations I find to ordinary people, including full instructions on how to actually make the trade, even if you have no experience at all.
That includes both buy and sell recommendations?
That's right, we make it so easy.
All right, so if we try out one ticker trader, we'll get an entire year of your best money-making ideas, starting with gold skimming. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. We also get dozens of similar opportunities with ETFs on the NASDAQ, the S&P 500, and even oil. And you'll send us your future gold skimming opportunities for the next 12 months as a free bonus. Did I get that right?
Well, Kim, I really want to make this a no-brainer. So with this setup, you get access to my high-conviction money-making ideas. Plus, you get gold skimming recommendations for free.
So Larry, what if someone out there watching wants to give your service a try, but they've never traded options before?
Well, Kim, that's why I'm including one more bonus for folks who sign up today. It's a guide to trading options my way, written in easy-to-understand terms. It's called Larry's Guide to Options. And even if you have absolutely no clue about options at all, my guide will show you exactly how I trade and how you can trade just like me.
Well, I have actually read this guide, and it really is written in the simplest way possible. Larry will walk you through everything from the beginning. Most important, you'll discover Larry's own strategy for trading options without the crazy risk. With this guide, anyone can get started trading options, whether we're talking about gold ETF options, QQQ options, SPY options. It's all the same basic strategy, and it's as easy as buying and selling stocks. This guide will show you everything you need to know to get started. And what's more, with these plays, your risk is limited to the amount paid for the options contract. You get to define exactly how much you want to risk. That could be as little as a few $100s. Again, you send out all of your recommendations via email alert, correct? So all we have to do is watch our email inbox for instructions.
Absolutely, Kim. And we send them out through our cell phone app too. It works with both Apple and Android phones.
Yeah, that's really great. It means we'll never miss a recommendation, no matter where we are. And folks, whenever Larry identifies an upcoming opportunity, including gold skims, you'll receive an action alert to your email inbox and your cell phone. It'll provide you with details of the opportunity, right down to the ticker symbol and buy-sell instructions. You've really made it as easy as possible.
We tried, Kim, and a lot of our readers have reported great results.
I'll say, I've seen some of the notes from your members, and they're pretty incredible. Virginia B said, it's working. $500 up so far. I might add that I'm 90 years old, so if I can do it, anyone can. I love that. Wow. Thomas D said, a profit of $317, not bad for a one-day trade. Richard R said, $893 profit in 8 days on my first trade. Renati said, I made $1,230 so far, and I could go on and on with notes like these. They clearly appreciate your work, Larry, but we should go right ahead and just discuss how to get started. As you can imagine, over the years, people have paid a lot of money to access Larry's ideas and strategies. When he ran his hedge fund, you'd have to pay an annual fee of at least $20,000 just to get started and invest a minimum of $1 million. And so far, these gold skimming trades have only gone out to an inner circle of readers with a membership fee of $5,000 a year. But again, you won't have to pay anything close to that. Given that you're probably new to Larry's work, and given that you've probably never used an approach like this before, a one-year membership to One Ticker Trader retails for just $499.
And Kim, I've arranged an even better price. If you join right now, you can get started for a fraction of the retail price.
And am I reading this right, Larry? You're offering a more than 95% discount?
Kim, you're reading it right. You can get started for just $19. That comes out to just 5 cents a day.
Wow, that is a deal. Remember, folks, we're talking about a man who's generated hundreds of millions of dollars in wealth, who had 20 profitable years in a row, and who, according to Barron's, was one of the top money makers in the entire world. To access an entire year of his ideas for such a low price, that's a steal.
There's only one catch, Kim. I can't guarantee this price will be available for long. My publisher reserves the right to raise it at any time without notice.
Well, you heard him. Please don't wait around and let this pass you by. You should see a Join Now button on your screen. Go ahead and click it, and you'll need to move fast here. Again, just click the button right now to claim your spot. And here's a recap of everything you get when you join. Your first membership benefit is some of Larry's best gold skimming opportunities over the next 12 months. He'll email the full instructions to you directly when the time is right, and also send an alert to your phone so you don't miss it. Secondly, you'll also get all the benefits of Larry's one-ticker trader service. That includes some of the best trading opportunities he's seen elsewhere in the market. Larry only sends out extremely high conviction trades. So some months, you may get 2 or 3 recommendations. Other months, you may get only 1. But either way, the goal of each trade is to give you the chance at a sizable windfall. You'll also get Larry's special report, his gold skimming blueprint, and Larry's guide to options. Like I said, these reports are not available anywhere else. The only way you can get them at this price is through this special offer. Plus, you're also protected by Larry's 30-day satisfaction guarantee. If this fails to deliver in the way he's explained here, if you aren't happy for any reason at all, just get in touch with Larry's customer service team either via phone or email and let them know. They'll arrange a full refund. That means every penny back if you aren't happy.
Listen, I've been running this strategy for years now. We've had successful skims when gold was in a pullback. We had successful skims with gold rallying. We've optimized this strategy for the biggest gold rally in years. And now you're getting it on top of our investment research in one ticker trader. If you had started with $1,000 invested in all of our one ticker trader recommendations since 2022, you'd be up 247%. Now, that doesn't mean you should invest more than you can afford to lose. All investments carry risk, and past performance does not indicate future success. But I am more excited about this strategy than I've been with anything in my 40-year career. So if you aren't happy for any reason at all, just let us know in the next 30 days. We'll refund every single penny.
Another reason we can't leave this offer open long, folks. That's a huge risk Larry's taking on there.
Well, Kim, I'm incredibly confident in this strategy. It works. So I'm sure folks are going to love one ticker trader.
I'm sure they are. All right, it is action time. Go ahead and click the button on your screen now to get started. And remember, this is an extremely limited time offer. Larry has given us his very best price and an ironclad money-back guarantee. That means there's zero risk in joining. But once the doors close, the opportunity will be gone forever, so don't miss out. You can get started just a few minutes from now. Click the button to start a no-risk membership to Larry's research service, One Ticker Trader. All right, before we go, Larry, is there anything else you want to say?
Yes. Well, when I was running my hedge fund, my goal was to put a P on the page every single day, and P is for profit. Didn't matter what the market was doing, didn't matter what the news was. We just wanted to make money consistently, and that's exactly what I want to help the folks at home today to achieve. The gold market has been really exciting lately, but I believe the best is still ahead. So let's put a P on the page together.
I love it. Let's do it. All right, folks, to get started, simply click on the button. It will take you to a secure sign-up sheet where you can review everything one last time. For Larry Benedict, I'm Kim Monning. Thanks so much for joining us.